welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I have a book review for you today, and that is A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley. This is the sequel to A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, and it is about Astaroth, this guy right here, who is the master demon over Oz in Witch's Guide. We're just gonna call that for short because these titles are super freaking long. And her best friend Calladia, Marielle's best friend Calladia from the first book. And so, yeah. So, yes, this kind of does follow kind of like what I said, where it's kind of like Eric and Sookie from True Blood or the Sookie Stackhouse Southern Vampire Mystery novels, whatever you want to call that series. So you find out that Astaroth in the first book made a bet with like the Demon Council that he could still perform his duties as a soul bargainer because one of his last bargains went wrong and he ended up with a wizard's soul, which is what happens in the first book. And so they basically bet him that if Oz can take another soul, or like the soul of a witch or whatever, because that's how they power their demon plane. You find out later they don't actually need witch souls, but at the beginning of the book, we're led to believe that they need witches' souls to power the demon realm. So they basically said if he can take another witch's soul, that like he gets what he wants. But if he doesn't succeed, then this other demon that he's had like a antagonistic relationship with this entire the entire length of his demon life or whatever can get what he wants. So obviously we know that Oz fails. So this other demon gets what he wants, and he wants Astaroth stripped of his powers, wants him banished from the demon realm. So that happens, and he ends up losing like all of his memories, which very upsets him. And then also he ends up becoming mortal. And he is known on the Demon Council for advocating for hybrid rights, so like demon/human hybrids. And I was like, he's half human, isn't he? And yes, he is half human, and we find that out much later in the book, but I was like, I saw it coming from a mile away. I think I was 25% in when I kind of called that, and I was like, pretty sure that he is half human. He is. And it plays into something later in the book. But yeah, Calladia and Astaroth are so horny for each other. Like oh my god, like off the charts horny for each other, like on page. And I just loved it. It's such a different dynamic than Oz and Marielle, because in Witch's Guide, they're very much like fighting their feelings for each other, whereas like Calladia is horny for Astaroth. Astaroth is horny for Calladia. They are very much like, Calladia is giving like Nesta energy. And I guess like if we want to compare Astaroth to someone in ACOTAR, it would be Cassian. They do have that very like sexual tension, like sexual frustration, like dynamic to their relationship. And it was so different. Because like I said, Marielle and Oz very much like fight their feelings for each other, whereas like Calladia and Astaroth know that they have feelings for each other. They know that they want to bang and get busy and everything, and they're both like, we can't do this. There is a lot. I love when they get together. Like, it is explosive. It is spicy. I adored this book. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read the third book in this series, which is Werewolf's Guide to Dating a Vampire or Seducing a Vampire, something along those lines. But I don't know if I'm gonna read that, because I mean I do like Ben, which is, he's a werewolf and he runs the flower shop or like greenhouse that Marielle works in. And then he also pops up in this book because Calladia is known for fighting. So again, she's giving Nesta energy. Like, she purposefully starts fights and she thinks it's fun. So at one point they get into like a brawl in like a werewolf bar. It's so funny, which Astaroth is like, okay, we're doing this. Cool. I guess we're gonna fight some werewolves. Love him. He's very much supports Caladia and everything. And they find out that one of the vampires or the werewolves that they fought in the bar brawl is like Ben's brother or whatever. So I kind of like to see more of that. I don't know who the vampire is, so maybe she kind of like comes on the scene later. I don't know. There is kind of like a preview where you can read like the first 2 or 3 chapters of it in the back of this one, so I may do that, but I haven't decided yet. But yeah, that was my review for A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch, and I will see you guys later.